Never let a good crisis go to waste. Democrats pouncing on the deadly Amtrak crash to call for more infrastructure spending.
This is a wake-up call. It's a reminder of how much we depend on our mass transit, how much we depend on our roads and bridges, how much our safety is directly linked to the kind of investments we make and how we get around.
Last night we failed them. We failed to invest in their safety. We failed to make their safety a priority.
But is more spending the answer? Hi, everyone. I'm Eric Bowling. Welcome to Cashing In. Our Cashing In crew this week: Wayne Rogers, Jonathan Hoenig, Michelle Fields, and Jessica Tarlov. Welcome, everybody. Michelle, Democrats. Are they making this political, this train crash?
Of course they are. They're politicizing this tragedy. Look, when someone has a car accident and they're driving too quickly and they kill someone, we don't say, oh, we need to fix the bridges, we need to fix the roads in this country. No, we say, why were you going so fast? It appears as though this tragedy was caused by human error. It wasn't caused by those evil Republicans on Capitol Hill. We give $1 billion a year to Amtrak. And the Republicans, there's nothing that they could have done to stop this guy from speeding. They already mandated and authorized speed control systems in Amtrak. So it's not about Republicans. Okay. That's all they're focused on.
So, Wayne, politics aside, where do you stand on the whole infrastructure debate?
Well, it's a simple thing, Eric. It's a technical thing. I mean, all of these infrastructures have an amortization schedule. They're supposed to be, taken care of over a period of time. They last a certain amount of time. We know what they did. By the way, this particular accident, there was an accident in 1943 at this same turn. These are human errors. They have nothing to do with the spending on the infrastructure. It's just when that woman stood up and said, "We don't even know the cause of this," and then went on to say, "Oh, we got to spend more money." That tells you right away they don't know what the hell they're doing.
Go ahead, John.
But Eric, we knew the setup, and Amtrak is essentially socialized rail travel. If it's government-owned, as Michelle pointed out, it's government-funded, it's government-controlled. And you know what? Amtrak hasn't made a profit in its 30-plus years of existence. In fact, they lose money on every single trip. So, Eric,
hold on. Let's be accurate here. The Northeast Corridor does make money, does turn a profit, and it subsidizes a lot of the other rail stations and tracks that they lose money on. And you're right, Jonathan, it's taxpayers who are making up the difference. Let me bring Jessica in here. Maybe it's time to privatize Amtrak.
No, I'm not sure about that. I think it's time to spend money wisely. I mean, I would agree with Michelle that it's the fault of the driver, but also the Amtrak. They knew that they had to install the technology that actually may have prevented this crash. They didn't do it, and they had the funds to do it. But I think that we should be looking into more public-private partnerships.
Can I stop you there for a second?
Absolutely.
This is a very interesting debate, and I haven't heard it anywhere. Why hasn't Congress gotten involved? Why don't they hold Amtrak to the same standard that some of the other transportation industries are held to?
Why don't
we know?
Just privatize it, though? The idea that we should throw more money at Amtrak is, I think, absolutely wrong. If you look at just the cafe car in Amtrak, which is where they sell snacks and drinks, they lose $80 million a year because of waste and because their employees steal stuff. If they can't keep track of potato chips, why are we going to give them more of the hardworking taxpayer dollars?
Why do you have to jump right to privatization? Why can't we have a public-private partnership like at NASA, like what Governor Cuomo did with the Tappan
There's
Zee
no
Bridge?
reason. The private sector could manage this much better, and if we're losing money every year, why?
And let me just
it's not fair to taxpayers.
If we did privatize the, Amtrak, one portion would be profitable, and maybe you can make the other portion profitable. And you're worried about technology, and you're worried about safety regulations, seatbelts, for God's sake. If it was privatized, privately owned, I guarantee there would be seatbelts on those trains.
Well, Eric, it's not just rail travel, it's infrastructure in general. I mean, the reason that the roads are clogged up these days and bridges are falling down is for the same reason that there is no toilet paper in Venezuela and there's no energy in North Korea. And this idea of private roads, it's not so unbelievable. It exists now in Mexico, in France, in Italy, in Spain, and even right here in the U.S. The Indiana Toll Road, the Chicago Skyway. And, Eric, it brings money into the federal government. So the GOP and the Dems want to spend. How about privatization on any level and watch productivity go up and debt go down?
Let me bring Wayne in here. Wayne, just listen to this ridiculous question John Boehner fielded about whether the GOP was responsible for the Amtrak crash. Listen to his response.
Are you really going to ask such a stupid question? Listen, You know, they started this yesterday. It's all about funding. It's all about funding. Well, obviously, it's not about funding.
Wayne?
Well, that's the theory that money can cure anything, and that's wrong, of course. You know, as I said before, this is a technical thing. You have an amortization schedule when you build a bridge. It's supposed to last so many years. It's supposed to do certain things. When you build anything on a highway, it's supposed to last so many years, and you put aside money for that. All of that is already taken care of. This is a bogus debate.
Let me add this.
Wait, one thing. If you want to make it private, yes, I understand that. That makes sense. Go ahead.
So, Jessica, we do have a situation in the country where our roads and our bridges and our train tracks and our airports, for that matter, are literally crumbling.
Yeah, we have a D+ rating.
Why not privatize it? Get some funding in there. I will guarantee you hedge funds managers would jump on the opportunity
Absolutely,
to own a highway.
I mentioned earlier.
Right.
Yeah, we said Governor Cuomo has worked to this effect, and it's done wonders for the city.
So why wouldn't we do more of it?
Well, I think we should do more, but I just think saying carte blanche, let's privatize everything.
I will not. Your liberal card is at risk and jeopardy right now. John, go ahead.
And Eric, it's not even just efficiency. I mean, the private roads, by and large, are efficient. It's also safety as well. I mean, St. Louis, which has certainly been in the news quite a bit lately, St. Louis has this history of what they call private spaces, which are essentially privatized roads. They're among the city's safest as well.
Final thought, Michelle.
Look, I think right now we're spending over $400 billion in infrastructure. I think we can all agree we're in favor of infrastructure spending so long as it's efficient infrastructure spending.
Yep, and we spend quite a bit as it is. That highway, the gas tax, etc. We spend $400 billion, but it's not efficient spending, and that's part of the problem.